What is up, everybody? Welcome to the NFL Pre-Lock Show. Oh, shit, I'm all over the place here. NFL Pre-Lock Show for Thursday. I don't know what the date is. It's the day before Halloween. We can get into some Halloween action here if you guys want to. But October 30th, we got Baltimore, Miami at it tonight, and we got a two-man booth. And is Davis joining us? Davis, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing great, man. Yeah, I am. It's kind of a fun showdown slate, fun time of year, real football-y, nice cold weather outside. Sun's gone already. Sun set about 15 minutes ago. So we're, what can you do, man? What can you do? All you can do is watch football.
Cold front did move in here. I think it was yesterday, so definitely much cooler out. And by the time I get off the air here, I'll have just enough daylight left to walk the dog, in the evening time. That's all I got. And I think they're going to take that away from me with this crazy daylight savings time fall back here in about a week or two. So I don't know what you think about that. What's your observations on the old daylight savings time? Is it a scam or what?
Oh, it's totally a scam. It's actually, there is a movement amongst a bunch of science nerds to get it done away with because it messes up everyone's sleep. And for like the week after daylight savings time change, like car accidents go way up, heart attacks go way up, all this stuff. So it's like a legit, it was very useful back in the day when the whole country was farming and, needed the time, but we don't need the time anymore, bro.
Yeah, that's what I say, man. I don't know what the purpose is. Just give me the perfect daylight hours and I'm good, man. And then leave it. Just let it be. But we're here to talk football, guys. We got a big one. We got a big one tonight, a big slate, a big weekend coming up. We got lots of good games this weekend in college, NFL. We got the World Series. Could be wrapped up tomorrow night. Crazy day. What do you think about the old Blue Jays getting after it here?
Chop, I'm gonna keep it so real with you, brother. I have not watched one pitch of the Major League Baseball postseason. It's my Royals didn't make the playoffs after being pretty okay in the regular season, and I get really into regular season hoops. So I just have been watching my Thunder are unbelievably good. The Avalanche been watching some hockey. They're really good. So haven't been watching the postseason baseball. I know. So it's the best, and I like baseball. I just once I missed the wild card series, I was like, well, what's their wild card games? I was like, what's the point, man? I already missed it.
I like to, if my team's not going to win it all, which obviously isn't going to happen every year, I can certainly find a whole lot of comfort in actively rooting against the Yankees, the Dodgers, pretty much anything Philadelphia, anything with a scummy fan base. Respectfully to those guys, if you're listening out there, respect to you. If you're listening, you're probably not part of the scum, but the rest of that fan base on those kind of teams, I'm actively rooting against them. So I'm all for the Blue Jays. Come on, bring it home. Let's do it. Let's finish off these guys. But yeah, that tomorrow. Some college footsies tonight, some NFL tonight. Davis, we got a weird game here because it's a couple of teams that honestly I don't know about Miami. Maybe people expected that coming into the year. Maybe you could kind of see the writing on the wall. Baltimore, because of the injuries, I think everybody's totally surprised at the record. But hop on a sports book and you look at it, and they're still the favorite to win the division, even at 2-5. So that tells you a whole lot right there. What's your overview of this game? How are you feeling? Are you excited to watch this thing, or are you going to tune it out and watch some UTSA Roadrunners? What's happening, man?
No, I'm
Hey, you could do some early scouting on Owen McCown, quarterback, man.
I know about Owen McCown. I am actually pretty excited about this game because the Ravens are 2-6. They are still favored to win the AFC North. I believe they are still fourth favorite to win the AFC overall. But it is totally shit or get off the pot time. Like, if I guess if I'm Harbaugh, I'm like, okay, we got through, we survived as well as we could without Lamar. Let's go out here. Let's put up 45. Let's remind everyone who we are. Let's let Lamar do his thing. 5 touchdowns. Henry, by the way, 31-year-old Derrick Henry on a they only had 96 hours off from their last game. I think we might see a little bit of extra Keaton Mitchell tonight, which is, I'm very excited for that. Drafted a lot of Keaton Mitchell in best ball.
Is it Keaton Mitchell or is it Keaton Mitchell?
It's got to just be Keaton, right?
It
We
might
call
be,
him.
It might
We
be
call him.
Keaton.
We on my YouTube channel we call him Keaton Missile.
Don't look, Davis. Don't cheat. Where did Keaton Mitchell go to college at?
East Carolina.
You're on it, man.
Come on, man.
You're on it.
Come on, Chop. Don't play with me, brother. Don't play.
I know you're a big Keaton Mitchell fan. He's got some electricity in him, but I don't know. We'll see how that plays out. All right. Let's get it cranked up, I guess. Guys, the questions, we need you to roll in with the questions. That's going to dictate how long we stay here. We're going to walk you through some players and all, but we're going to answer the questions. I got some questions. I see them out there, guys. Matthew got your questions. Alex got your questions. I'm going to answer them here. We're going to get to them in a little bit. And any question that goes out there, I'm going to keep track of it, and we're going to answer it. But we need to talk about some players first. So let's talk about some quarterbacks. Lamar Jackson makes his return from I'm guessing we're calling it a soft tissue injury. It's something like that. So you always have to wonder about that with a guy who runs. How much running does he kind of? I know he said on the public media, "Hey, I'm 100%. There's no limitations." But come on now, that's just got to be a lot of talk, right? Do you expect a little bit of a slack in the running here for Lamar, and then talk to me about Tua also?
No, I think my read of the situation is Lamar wants to be totally 100% healthy when he plays because he is trying to get a further contract extension and guaranteed money from the Baltimore Ravens. He doesn't want to play banged up, doesn't want to play not to the best of his abilities. So I do think he is 100% good to go. And I would be really quick to dismiss Tua as a play. The Ravens got 3 of their defensive starters back last week. Kyle Hamilton got deployed in this kind of hybrid linebacker, nickel, corner, so really cool stuff. Ben Solak from ESPN had a cool Twitter thread about how they used him last week that the Bears were not ready for. I don't think the Dolphins will have this huge, intricate game plan with only, 2 real padded practices before this game. I think Tua and the Dolphins are really going to struggle here.
Yeah, I tend to agree. So what's I don't know, how much are you playing tonight? Are you playing a multi-entry, just one lineup? How much are you running?
I'm running my 150 in the lottery field over on DraftKings. I'm trying to decide if I want to exclude Tua from the captain and all of them or not. It looks like my stuff is giving me a ton of Waddle and A-Chain in the captain because they're so low owned, which feels, I don't know, I guess that feels fair.
So you're not doing any lineup builder rules. So you're not worried about I'm going to limit this thing to at most 1 Miami player or 2 Miami players in each lineup. You're just letting the Sims do their thing, right?
No, I actually do a lot of that trimming and stuff, but I do that. So I run the sim through and then I do a bunch of rules on top of the lineups that the sim gives me. Couple of the things I'm doing tonight in that max 1 kicker and defense. That's kind of very specific to this slate. Listen to all these guys who are less expensive than the kickers. Hopkins, Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, Ollie Gordon, Malik Washington, Greg Dulcich, Tanner Connor, Cedric Wilson. You're telling me one of those guys is not going to outscore one of the kickers who are 5,000 and 5,200. That's kind of a real simple way to think about Showdown, but that's basically how I think of it is how many players are priced under the kickers who are likely to get to 8 points. And I think there's a lot tonight.
Oh, so if you're in a season long, Davis, and there's a little bonus for kicking, like there's a little added oomph if you make a 50-yarder. Would you roll out Tyler Loop tonight, or would you roll out Bates from Detroit this weekend?
I would roll out Tyler Loop.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah.
All right. That's quarterbacks. Let's talk about some running backs. The big dog is on the slate tonight. the spreadsheet analysts hate the big dog, but he's in the house, and you never know. He's a slate breaker when he get. I kind of got a feeling Derrick Henry's going to perform pretty well tonight, even on a short week. I don't think that really matters to a guy.
Don't matter to the big dog.
Not a guy that's built like that. He doesn't. He laughs at 3 or 4 days off. He doesn't care. But on the flip side over there for Miami, we got Achane, who, like you said, everything wants to force a lot of Achane because he is their offense, man. He's like everything for them. And he's so good, it's so explosive, and he's all they got. And I know you says Baltimore's getting some guys back, but there's some guys on that defensive line they will not be getting back this year that are lost for the year, and that hurts their rush defense. That could help him. So what do you think about these running backs altogether, all of them?
You know what, Chop? I normally am a spreadsheet guy that doesn't love the King. This is a great spot for the King. Great spot. Again, looking at the ownership stuff that I have and on RG, looks like he is going to be underplayed a little bit to me. I think you could pretty easily in your stuff, however you're building it, just give him 0.1 more point than Devin Achane. Run your sim, run your lineups with your rules, whatever you might like to do. That I think would give you a good result. Because Achane is for sure going to be jammed by the field. He's going to be the most owned Dolphin by a lot. And I bet that Flowers actually ends up getting owned as the second most owned Raven instead of King Henry.
Okay, so speaking of Henry, typically there's some sort of correlation there. Henry, good game equals Justice Hill, bad game, maybe, and then vice versa. So if you like Henry, or you have any interest at all in Justice Hill?
No, I'm really light on Justice Hill because I want to play a lot of Keaton Mitchell. I think my read for this game is kind of like the Ravens just totally handle them, and Keaton gets a bunch of work in the fourth quarter. And our boy Keaton, I mean, he can't even help himself. This is not going to be like when Brashard Smith came in against the Raiders and had 14 rushes for 39 yards. This is going to be 11 rushes for 87 yards and a touchdown.
Well, we might be getting a no Pacheco game this week. Are we going to roll with Brashard over there for KC, or are we just going to jam in Kareem Hunt, the old man? The old geezer stuck it to us on the last showdown here.
I think it's going to be a lot of Kareem Hunt. They're just not there. Well, Kareem Hunt will get all the rushes that we want, but I mean, they might call 8 running plays in the whole game. They want to win. They lost to the Bills in the regular season last year. Obviously, the Chiefs are undefeated versus the Bills in the postseason, but they're kind of feeling themselves. The Chiefs were not feeling themselves last year. They're enjoying playing right now.
Yeah, for sure. Is there a path? I mean, we've talked about Achane. Is there a path in this game for Ollie Gordon at all?
Well, yeah. I mean, if I'm wrong, and this game is, I mean, we just saw that everyone and their mom thought the Dolphins were done. Mike McDaniel was getting fired. Tua was getting benched for Quinn Ewers, and they just came out and won as Rhodes 7.5-point dogs last week. Why can't the same thing happen this week? You know, we always, Chop, you've been playing this a long time. People assume that if something's 60-40, the 60% thing happens every time and the 40% thing never happens. And this game is basically 60-40 if you look at the spread. The Dolphins can definitely win this game. And if they win this game, Ollie Gordon can be a big part of that because he's very good.
Is he? Is he good?
MF and Doak Walker Award winner, brother.
But didn't he win it like his junior year? He came back
and he was terrible.
It was a terrible. So I'm not. He pulled the Chuba Hubbard, same school by the way.
Same school, same coach, everything.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe he's good. Maybe he's not. I don't know. I don't have any idea. But
no, I think he's good.
Yeah, I think he probably is.
I think Ollie Gordon is.
Speaking of Achane, I was gonna say I have nobody to vent to over here about this, but I got to vent because you mentioned Achane, and when I think Achane, I think of explosive runs, and I think of I envision Achane in my head and how he runs and where and then I watch Jaden Blue for the Cowboys,
mm-hmm.
And I wonder, why does nobody pick up on the fact? How are these guys, these coaches, paid so much money, but they can't pick up on the fact that, much like Achan, do not run Jaden Blue in between the guards. Get him outside, whether it's a pitch play, stretch zone. He's a great pass catcher, by the way. Get Jaden Blue outside, just like they do Achan. Get him a little bit of space. You can't run these guys in between the tackles. Like, what? Come on, man. Somebody help me out and get that message back to the Dallas coaching staff. I need Jaden Blue on nothing but stretch plays. I need Javonte up the middle. He's the workhorse power back. Jaden Blue needs to have everything outside the lines, brother. Right? Am I right or am I wrong?
No, you are right. I'll tell you what they are thinking, what the Cowboys coaches are thinking is Miles Sanders went on season-ending IR with an ankle injury. We do not have another running back we like because Malik Davis is the guy we called up from the practice squad, and Phil Maffa is on the IR as well. So if Javonte were to get hurt, Jaden would really be our only option. So we should try and give him some experience doing it now instead of being like, all right, well, this is your first NFL start, so hope you like getting tackled by 310-pound defensive linemen. That's what I don't think they're right to do it, but that is what they're thinking.
Phil Maffa's not hurt. I thought they were just using the IR as an excuse not to ship him to the practice squad and get him picked up.
They're redshirting him. Yeah, they're redshirting him.
I mean, come on. You might have to bust out the red. You might have to bust out the red shirt on Maffa if you have to, man. But Jaden Blue is not going to be running in between. Get him outside if you want to make him the best player he can be. Wide receivers, Davis. We got Lamar Jackson back. So we expect a little uptick here from these Baltimore guys. How much of an uptick are they going to get tonight? And who's your favorite one?
I mean, it's all Flowers, dude. It's 31% target share, man. He like if Zay Flowers ever had an 8 touchdown season, people would be like, this is the best wide receiver in the NFL. He just has not gotten the touchdowns, but I love him. I'm really light on Hopkins. I'm really light on Malik Washington. I'm really light on Nick Westbrook-Ikhine. Honestly, Flowers is like kind of the only one that I really like. I like the running backs and the tight ends way more in this game.
You're not a Waddle guy?
To me, he looks like the guy who's going to be most overowned of all this stuff. I mean, I could totally be wrong, but because he's just going to be owned by default, basically. He's less expensive than Tua, less expensive than A-Chain. So he just is going to get owned a ton.
Yeah, sounds about right. Let's talk some questions now, real fast. Let's fire these off. We got 24 minutes here, and just a little bit, we'll also drop the Plums play of the night. So we got that going for us. Lots of good stuff here. Question. If you knew Isaiah Likely would score exactly 13.5 points, what % captain would you play him across 150 lineup? If you knew Likely was going to hit 13.5, no more, no less, is he a viable captain? And what? No?
0.
You don't think that's enough?
13.5 is, I mean, you'd have to.
He's dirt cheap. He's really cheap.
But what are you trying to get to? So he gets 13.5. That means you think that Lamar, Henry, Tua, and A-Chain are maybe all needed with like a Greg Dulcich type or something. I would go 0 at 13.5. You generally speaking need 18, 19 raw points to be close to being the captain in a given slate, unless the salaries are totally out of whack, which they're not on this.
Maybe that was raw. Maybe that was maybe the 13.5 was without the multiplier. Maybe I'm selling him short a little bit. I don't know. That was just the question, the way it was phrased. Yeah, I get it. You kind of like, I don't know. Everything's different. There was that game in Mexico between KC and the Rams a couple of years ago where, God, you had to have
the defense. You had to have the defense because Tyreek, Goff, Gurley, Kelsey, and DeMarcus Robinson was in the winning lineup as well. In that game.
I guess the point I was making was like, you just never know when it might be those top guys, the 2 quarterbacks, the 2 top running backs, the 2 top receivers. Those guys are all vying for the optimal, and you need a really cheap somebody in the captain, and that does do enough. But you're looking at a specific game script for that to happen. So I think in this one, I think Davis and myself are kind of leaning on the fact that this isn't going to be that high scoring of a game. It isn't going to be like that. So probably need a bigger captain here tonight, especially when you got a guy like Lamar in the mix and the way he explodes for fantasy points. Here's a good one. Could a RotoGrinders basketball team beat a bench unit for the Washington Mystics? Yes. Yeah, I believe they could. I mean, I'm not gonna be part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
We would not come close.
We could.
We would not come remotely close.
The Washington Mystics.
As a top 3 basketball player at RotoGrinders, we would not come close.
That's not the Washington Wizards. That's the Mystics, TJ.
I'm aware.
I think we would beat them remotely. Yeah, I had to get Meansy out there on the 3-point line.
Is Noto good? I imagine Noto being good.
If they didn't want us to cross half court, we would not cross half court.
The Mystics,
the Mystics are not even a good WNBA team.
Respectfully disagree.
Not matter. Those are professional athletes.
I respectfully disagree. We have more dunkers than they do. Let's put it like that. And I don't think we have any.
No, we don't.
They don't. We're tied at 0. Hello. We beat them. I know my guys. We beat them. I'm not going to be part of it because I'm too old for that. But we'll beat them, though. Got one for you, Davis. Here we go. Pick one. Andrews. This is like season long right here. Andrews tonight. Jonnu Smith, Juwan Johnson, or Dalton Schultz. Pick one of those guys for season long PPR.
Andrews is scoring a touchdown tonight.
Okay.
That's happening.
Schultz let us down last week with no Nico and no Christian Kirk. I don't know if we go back to him. Juwan Johnson? Is it JJ? Jonnu Smith? So you're going to lean on Andrews out of those 4 in season-long PPR?
Yes. Yeah. I really, really like Andrews tonight. Andrews has been so much better than Likely since Likely returned. He's like out-targeted him like 3-1.
Well, then it's a good day for Likely then, because stuff never holds like that for too many weeks in a row. And you answered the second part of that, which was, do you have any interest in Mark Andrews tonight? Apparently you got a lot of it. So you got that going for Davis, specifically Davis. With Jalen Wright out, did Jeff Wilson get activated to the Dolphins' third-string running back? Is Jeffy Boy the third stringer tonight with Jalen Wright out?
I don't think he got called up, actually. I believe
Ingold.
Yes. Yeah. So what they have an extra tight end. They have Hayden Rucci as their swing offensive player. He's basically a fullback. So they basically have 2 fullbacks active, Alec Ingold and this Hayden Rucci guy.
Interesting. Here's one for you, Davis. I don't even know if you can answer this one off the top of your head. Your favorite Halloween movie? Halloween is tomorrow. You know that, right?
Halloween. I'm not a big Halloween guy.
I hate it.
Yeah. Favorite Halloween movie. And I don't like scary movies either.
I tend to agree with that. I'm not a big scary movie.
I don't know, man. Whatever. My wife kind of likes Halloween movies, so whatever she has on is fine by me.
You ever seen the original Halloween with Michael Myers? No,
never.
Yeah, you don't want to.
Because when I was young, I really didn't like them. Like when I was like in junior high, I was like, I don't want that. And now that I'm like 33, I'm like, what's the point? What am I gonna do? I'm gonna go watch a scary movie from the 80s.
Yeah, I think I got a little bit traumatized with like Texas Chainsaw Massacre when I was a kid at my grandma's house, and they flash, oh, this is a real story. Yeah, that was a little bit much. But if you want some lighter hearted stuff, Coco's a nice one, nice little animated, and Beetlejuice. I would classify Beetlejuice as a Halloween movie, and so that's got a little leg. That holds up over time. So
I like Beetlejuice.
Yeah, and then have you seen the new Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice Part 2? What?
No, I haven't been up on movies, man.
It's pretty good, Davis. I'm not gonna lie. It held my attention for 90 minutes, so I recommend it. Is Dolchik a viable punt, or should I trade down on HN to Waddle to get more money?
I like Dulcich tonight, man. Like him.
You do?
No, I do. That's my guy. I hit his first ever career touchdown. I hit a 40-1 first touchdown bet And ever since then, I've just been like, I don't know, man. It's kind of my guy. Which is funny because the first year he came in the league, I kind of hated him because if you remember, he was teammates with Albert Akui-Bunum, the now Raiders tight end who went to Mizzou with Drew Lock. I loved Alberto. And they were competing to be tight ends for the Broncos.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. We'll get to tight ends in just a minute. I got a couple more questions for you. Who's the best captain tonight? Who's your favorite captain tonight in general? Based, salary, projection, ownership, DK. Who's the guy if you take a look at your lineups right now, what guy has the most ownership number at the captain spot?
Most ownership?
Or just who do you think is the best? I was just using that.
Oh, well, Lamar will be the most owned. My most owned is Zay Flowers. And
like
yeah. And then A-Chain is my most owned Dolphins captain.
On FanDuel, favorite MVP and low owned flex for large field tournaments. FanDuel favorite MVP. It's got to be Big Dog, right?
It's still Flowers because Flowers is way less owned. I'll give you Keaton Mitchell in the flex on FanDuel. Chef's kiss.
What about Henry in the MVP and Mitchell in the flex? And that build plays right there. That build plays. I can see it.
Build plays.
DK GPP Lamar captain with Andrews and Mitchell are also on there. The last piece he wants. I know your answer. Derrick Henry or Zay Flowers? Lamar is the captain.
Actually, see, I think that's actually better to do Henry because it's just way less owned. It's gonna be you're gonna get that.
Duplicate it. Let's duplicate it.
Let's duplicate it.
You don't want no duplication in the showdowns. There's nothing worse than
That's the
nothing worse than splitting $30,000 like 50 ways, and you're looking and go, damn, I made a ham sandwich with the best lineup. I finished in first place. So let's talk about some tight ends real quick. We got roughly 15 minutes. We'll do plums in a minute. Tight ends, Andrews likely on one side, and Kohler can always catch a touchdown. You never know. On the other side, Dulcich, Tanner, Connor. You talked about Rucci. Who's some of your favorite guys here tonight?
I mean, Andrews is my favorite, just like raw points or whatever. But my favorite relative to their projected ownership is Greg Dulcich. Greg Dulcich could run like 62% of the route. Greg Dulcich could be like Darren Waller getting off the couch, catching 2 touchdowns in this game. Obviously, Dulcich at his peak was never as good as Darren Waller was. But Greg Dulcich he was a 3rd-round pick out of UCLA. People really thought he was going to be very good. And he's kind of hung around. He was on the Giants last year. But I think he can play.
Yeah, by people, you mean the spreadsheet guys? They were all in on Dulcich, man.
I liked him. I liked him.
You loved Dulcich. I remember. Yeah, he just never panned out in Denver, but no big deal. He had Russell. Russell was messing him up. Russell stunted the growth, man. Russell Wilson stunted the growth. All right, 13 minutes left, Davis. I want to get the people need your plums play of the night so they can make alterations to their lineup if they need to. So give it to me. Fill it in the plums play of the night for Davis Mattek.
Keaton Mitchell scores a long touchdown in the second half.
All right, I like it. I'm going super chalk. I'm going chalk because I don't care, because I just want guys who are I want the guy who you need to have tonight. I want the guy that you must have tonight to win this thing is going to be the big dog, Derrick Henry. I love it. I think he's going to blow up this Miami defense. They've got, like, when you look at the DVOAs and the points against and all, there's like conflicting messages kind of with the Dolphins. Can you pass on them more than you can run on them? Can you run on them more? They're just pretty much a bad defense in general. And I really think, even with a porous offensive line, I think the big dog is just going to run wild on them, man. And I actually think they're going to protect Lamar a little bit with a lot of extra running from Big Dog and maybe Keaton Mitchell. Not as much Justice Hill, but I could see some more straight handoffs here on a short week. So I'm going Big Dog on that one. All right, Davis, let's see any more questions. Dolphins money line. No, thank you, man. Pass, Matt D. Yeah, just donate your money, man. Just donate your money to charity. I wouldn't touch that one. Let's take some rapid fires, Davis, and then we'll get out of here if I don't see any more questions. You ready for some rapid fires?
Let's do it.
Pick one, receiving yards, Bateman or Mark Andrews?
Andrews.
Pick one, receiving yards, DeAndre Hopkins or Nick Westbrook-Akine?
Hopkins runs 3 routes and has 38 yards and a touchdown.
And that outscores NWI?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, rushing yards, Lamar Jackson, 36.5, over or under?
Higher. Yeah, send it.
Send it, more rushing yards. Receiving yards, Jalen Waddle, 65.5.
Honestly, gut. I know that the projections I use have him for like 75, but my gut is lower.
Yeah. Question in the chat real fast. Best guy for $200 tonight. There's only like 3 of them to choose from.
I think Ingold is the one who's going to... Ingold will be on the field the most.
Yeah, those guys, 200, man. You're not leaving yourself. Davis likes the $600 Dolce. Maybe you should.
I do.
Try to find 400 and get up on that. Question real fast: Mark Andrews or Malik Washington at the captain? If you had a choice between those two,
Mark Andrews. I do not like Malik Washington tonight.
Tua, over or under 219 passing yards?
Lower.
Ooh. But if it's this blowout that we're thinking, isn't he going to get a few free air yards in the second half?
His thing is or
he could get pulled, maybe.
He could get pulled. It could be over. Really, it's does A-Chain or Waddle rip off a huge one with Yak?
Fair enough. Carolina guy, what's up, brother? FanDuel GPP. If he has Lamar in captain, I'm guessing he wants a contrarian flex. If he's got Lamar in captain, who's your favorite contrarian flex with that build?
Lamar, Keaton, Dulcich, Cedric Wilson. It's hard to get too contrarian in terms of those guys should all be single digits.
If I don't know, if you're playing some like larger field, maybe you bypass Zay Flowers and go Rashad Bateman. Just depends on the size of your tournament with Lamar, but yeah, it's going to be tough to get different with Lamar in captain because he'll be super popular. Let's see. Oh, here you go, David. I got one for you. Pick one. Rushing yards, total rushing yards. More. Who gets more rushing yards? Keaton Mitchell or Ollie Gordon?
I'll go my boy. I'll say Keaton tonight over Ollie.
Dang. Okay. Question from Chris. Do you think Henry will smash since Dolphins can't load up in the box with Lamar back? I think Henry was going to smash regardless. But yeah, it definitely helps that Lamar's back. I just think they're generally going to overpower the Miami, who they're just not good. They're just not good right now. And I think they played as good as they can play recently, and I just think they're going to get overpowered. So for FanDuel Cash multi-entry, is it smart to have both Mitchell and Dulcich?
In FD Cash, no, absolutely not. Neither of those guys should be in your FanDuel Cash.
Okay. For DK, single entry, is it smart to have – I'm sorry, DK single entry. Thoughts on Mr. Touchdown, Westbrook-Akine. So single entry on DraftKings. So I'm guessing smaller fields.
I'm just not. He has never done it for me, man.
Would you rank him above or below Malik Washington?
I guess I'd rather have Malik.
Okay, if you say so. I see Westbrook's kind of like he's done things in his NFL career. Like he's done some stuff. He's had games, right? He's done things. Malik, I don't know. Has Malik ever scored a touchdown? Like, I don't know. I can't even remember.
He had a rushing touchdown last year.
So yeah, Westbrook's definitely more accomplished, but I get it. We'll see how it plays out.
Pretty sure Malik Washington scored a touchdown last week.
I mean,
Did he?
yeah, he did. But I wasn't checking this. Yeah, he's scoring. He scored in the preseason too, so he's got that going for him. But I don't know. Yeah, it's toss up. Let me talk to you now about Isaiah Likely receiving yards. Just a measly 22.5 on Prize Picks. What do you think about that?
Seems fine, right?
No,
22.5.
you're not feeling Likely at all, huh? You know he has these
I'm
games
really
every
not.
once in a while.
I'm kind of a Likely hater.
Oh no, you're a hater on Likely. Devin Achan, just the rushing yards. We're not talking rush and receiving. Just the rushing yards, 56.5.
I'm honestly tempted to say lower on him.
Yeah.
What I have for him is higher than 4.5 receptions.
Okay, you think he's going to catch it out of the backfield? So you're thinking, all right. Here's the thing, I'm not sure because you mentioned earlier Kyle Hamilton's back. They're getting healthier in the secondary. They're getting some defensive pieces back, but theoretically that should help them on the back end. They've still struggled, against the run, and they're going to continue to struggle against the run unless they make a trade deadline deal because they are missing some bodies up front that aren't coming back. So I don't know what to make of Achan. I kind of don't know the rushing part of it. The receiving is always going to be there. That's what makes him great. He could get you either way. But I don't know what to make of the rushing part of it. So I don't know. Here's a layup for you. Zay Flowers, 68.5 yard prop for receiving.
I've got higher on that one.
How much higher? Can we ladder it up to
I did
89.5? 89.5.
My big play, like I normally do one 3-leg entry that's a little bit bigger, and I did higher than 4.5 receptions for A-Chain, higher than 29.5 yards for Andrews, higher than 68.5 for Zay Flowers.
Yeah, this is Baltimore. This is against Miami. This is a ladder night for some Baltimore. You feel it, whatever you're feeling, ladder it.
100%.
Ladder it, man. We'll see how it plays out. You guys got about 4 minutes to make all the adjustments to your roster. We're going to get out of here. We do appreciate the questions, and we appreciate you spending your Thursday night with us. And we'll be back for Monday Night Football. So for TJ behind the scenes doing all the dirty work for Davis, thank him for joining us tonight. I was your host, Chop. We'll see you next Monday. But for now, we are out of here.
Good stuff,
Later,
man.
brother.
Hope everything goes okay with the baby. Everything goes safe for both mama and baby, and good luck.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
First one?
First one, man. First one.
All right. That's first one for me was 18 months ago. So it's a tireless, thankless, but wonderful, amazing journey. So congrats.
I'm about to learn a lot, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Talk to you later. Have a good one.
Take it easy, brother.